Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2 Drink Minimum. This is shot 9, I believe, right?
I think so. I don't know. I lost track.
I lost track too, but I'm pretty sure it's shot 9. We don't have Poseidon here with us because he's asleep. Poor baby needs to sleep a bit, so he's not going to be here for this episode. I'd like to remind you all that permanently suspended, all right? The rise and fall and then rise again of radio's most notorious shock jock, our boy Anthony Cumia, is out in bookstores now. It's also available on Amazon and wherever else you could find books. I don't know where people buy their books nowadays, Barnes & Noble. They closed down, mostly, because you people decided not to read. You want to watch videos and such. That's what happens. But this is a great book.
I hate going to a bookstore, though. Like, I bought that book off of Amazon.
Yeah.
But, like, going to the bookstore, you spend, like, 4 hours looking for your fucking book. It's complicated.
It's complicated.
Yeah.
I remember going to Chapters when it was winding down, and it was a pain in the ass. Like, I'd look for a book, and you look in the computer. Yeah, it's in this section. And then we go, and he couldn't find it. You go back on the computer. Like, what's the use of this fucking computer?
Yeah, I have a computer at home.
Yeah, it's not telling you where it is. I'd rather just go on my computer and order it off Amazon, which I recommend. I got this one off Amazon as well. So, there you go. There you have it. Anthony Cumia's book. Buy that. He's on tour right now. He's on. He did the Joe Rogan podcast, Joey Diaz, everybody's podcast, pretty much doing the tour. So, yeah, go ahead. Pick it up.
Yeah, you started reading it, right?
Yeah, I started reading the beginning.
I want to wait. I'm going to Switzerland
Over the
tonight
weekend.
or tomorrow. Oh, yeah, and I want to read it on the plane.
Yeah, that's a good I think you'll be able to finish it if you don't sleep.
Probably. Yeah.
Very good stuff. And remember that this podcast is available to you on YouTube, on iTunes, SoundCloud, everywhere you get your podcasts, even Spotify. Remember to go and give it a 5-star rating. Leave a ridiculous comment, but as long as the stars are 5, we're fine with it.
Yeah.
Help us get up on the rankings. So we're back. We're back recording.
We're back in Montreal. I'm colder than shit.
Are you cold in here? I'm cold right now, yeah.
Last night I had a show in Montreal, and my wife, my car, I don't use my car anymore, so like I'll borrow my wife's car.
Yeah.
But then she needed her car, so I took my car, and the heater didn't work on it. So I drove to the show, and it was a 45-minute drive. Drove there. And by halfway there, I couldn't see anything because all the windows were fogged up. So I had to put the windows down.
Oh, no.
And it was raining, and it was cold as shit. And then on the way back,
Same thing?
The windows were still fogged up when I got out of the show. So I had to drive the whole way back for 45 minutes. I'm just freezing. I haven't gotten over it yet. Like, I'm still cold from last night.
You need a warm shower, Mike.
Yeah, or a fucking car that runs. Like,
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's just my wife's bringing it to the garage today, so it's just that the heater's broken.
I went to the garage actually last week to get my winter tires put on, and the guy
when Poseidon was supposed to bring your car.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. If anybody watched the Pantelis podcast last episode, at one point I bring up the fact as to why the last episode was late, and Compound fans got mad to Poseidon. For those of you who don't know, basically, we came off the plane from LA pretty late. We decided to record that night to make sure people get their Friday episodes.
Because we had recorded episodes in LA, but then they all fucked up.
Because Poseidon was the one pressing the record button.
Yeah.
So we decided we'll film at night. I'll edit through the night, through the morning. We'll have it out in time so that everybody gets it because people are on vacation due to Thanksgiving over at Compound. The only thing that was left to chance was Poseidon, basically, because I had to take my car and change my tires. And Poseidon said, I'll take those duties since Mike is flying us first class back, right? Mike paid extra money to make sure we get first class seats so he could be well rested. So we come to the studio in the middle of the night, straight from the airport. We record those episodes that you saw, the ones that we were very tired and could barely speak.
The ones that came out on Monday?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the one shot I was able, because I had full control of that, to get it out on Friday. And the full episode, there was too much problems because we did it too late. Because basically Poseidon didn't wake up. Poseidon was supposed to wake up in the morning, take my car to the garage, get the tires, oil change, all that done while I edit the episode. He refused to wake up. I called him over 10 times. He's like, fuck it, I'm sleeping. So I had to go do that myself.
Did he pick up or
no?
not?
No, he never
even
answered. He called a couple of hours later.
How about his mom? Does his mom pick up when you call? Or
No, well, I call his cell phone.
You should call his mom's house.
I don't know the house, but she'd pick up and wake him up.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea for next time. So he wouldn't pick up. I went down to Ford to do it myself, so I lost about 3 to 4 hours. That's why I got it late to Compound, and then they couldn't upload in time because it needs to go through this whole fucking... Because of the whole live stream, the way it works, if it's not live, it has to go through this whole fucking...
That's fucking weird that it's super easy to upload something on Vimeo or YouTube.
But not on our site.
Yeah.
So it caused this whole chain of events where people got mad at Poseidon for basically taking everything for granted, right?
Yeah.
And they were right. Honestly, they were right to get mad at that because all he had to do was wake up. But what was interesting is that on the way back from Ford, the guy that was shuttling me back was a Mike Ward fan.
Okay.
So we talked a bit about Joe Rogan, and he wanted me to tell you how proud he is of you and how it's true and how he supports you.
Oh, awesome.
And how most people he goes support the fuck out of you. The media makes it look like they don't, right? They like to shit on you for anything because we're talking about the Hells Angels.
Yeah.
And he wanted to let you know that the people of Quebec have your back.
Awesome.
And he was, from what he told me, a discredited police officer.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
the best kind.
Because he told me he knows how the media plays their games. Because what happened to him was he beat up some suspect that was beating up a old woman or something, and then it turned into a race thing, I think.
Oh,
or something.
really?
Yeah. So he
So-
lost everything,
Some dude was beating up an old lady.
and then he beat him up. Something like that happened.
Fuck.
And he was viewed as a racist. So something along those. I don't remember exactly because I was tired, and my head was just in the okay, get me home so I could edit. And so yeah, what happened is the media here blew it out of control. He
Yeah.
lost everything: his job, money, all that stuff.
Fuck.
Yeah,
That sucks.
It's
and
crazy.
now he's driving people from Ford back to their house.
scumbags like me.
Yeah. Ah, fuck. That sucks, man.
Yeah, it sucks because
Yeah.
he was a fucking officer of the law.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he wanted me to let you know.
Okay,
That he knows
cool.
what the media is up to here. He's
Yeah.
been through it.
I was doing today, like before I got here. I'm doing roast battle for French Canadian TV, and today we had our first viewing with the press. So it was all people that were talking shit about me 4 days ago, and I didn't tell them to fuck. Like I was trying to control myself not to tell them to fuck off, but I was like all their photographers were like smile, and I was like I don't want to smile. And they're like, pretend like you're happy. I'm not happy.
I'm very unhappy right now.
And then one guy, but whenever I talk to people, I'd be like, what newspaper are you from? And then if they'd say a paper that didn't shit on me, then I was super nice telling them stories.
But if they were like
Yeah.
Journal de Montréal or
Yeah.
the press.
But then I was like, we don't need you people anymore. I was calling them you people. And I was saying how, and it's weird, I'm doing promo for a TV station, but I was like, TV and print media is dead.
You were telling them this?
Yeah.
This is a big
Yeah, they're not going to print any of it, but
fuck them.
yeah.
I didn't like what they did last week, where all the good stuff that was said on the Joe Rogan Experience, they went right past it and started saying nonsense about the Hells Angels.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, good people.
They sponsor our show.
They sponsor our show. This is the
The Hells
podcast on wheels.
Yeah, support the Big Red podcast.
So stupid.
But yeah, I'm happy though that last week Poseidon slept in and but he learned his lesson.
Yeah, and he didn't
And-
sleep in again except for today.
Fuck, like how? But and plus, like we're recording this. It's 2:30 in the afternoon.
Seriously, he does not have a reason to not wake up. And also, he sent me photos last night. He got home really late because he was in a police cruiser. People took pictures of him. Apparently, some mental patient tried to steal a car over at Avis in the middle of the night.
Oh, really?
And he was there, so he had to file a police report.
Fuck.
And then that he thinks excuses him from waking up the next day.
Yeah. Oh, I can't go into work tomorrow. Why?
I had to fill out a police
Yeah.
report.
And it's not like he's filling out the police report.
No.
He's just answering shit.
Yeah, exactly. He's
And
not writing anything.
He might have made shit up though, and then the cops
Knowing
just
him?
arrested him.
Yeah, knowing him, just embellished it
Yeah.
for no reason. He's like, yeah, so the guy, I don't know, but he had a gun. Are you sure he had a gun? I'm not sure he had a gun, but
Yeah.
probably like a bazooka or something.
Because I have a bazooka.
Yeah,
You have a
exactly.
bazooka? I do. Yeah, it's at home.
So stupid.
Yeah.
I have a bazooka at home. So yeah, so he didn't show up for these episodes, which is so ridiculous. So yeah, Kumia's book, started reading it. I like where it's going so far. I'm always interested in the backstory. I'm always interested in seeing what their dreams were as a child somewhere.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
what they. So the fact that he was writing about how he used to listen to Howard Stern and he would imagine how that's the dream job, and he knew that he was good at it, but he didn't know how to get it. So he had talent to make people laugh and be that radio guy, but he didn't know how to achieve his goals. So now I want to read about how he met Opie and all that stuff. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah. I can't wait to read it.
One day we're gonna write a book, Mike.
Yeah, we're gonna write a book.
Show business is easy.
Show business is very easy. I want to just like you were doing your shows this weekend with a bunch of people from Montreal,
Yeah.
and I just want to see how jealous they are of things that are happening for you.
Well, some are very happy.
Okay.
Some are like legitimately happy. They're like, oh my God, this is amazing. It's good for the city. It's good for you. This is great. You deserve it. And others just don't talk to me anymore. Like I did something to them. The best part about not talking to me, like ignoring me, like be like, ugh, like I did something to you, to me shows that you're a crazy person.
Yeah.
It's like me going on Rogan took away your spot. Like that was my spot. Dude, you can't even do spots at the comedy club. Like you don't have that spot. You wouldn't be going on Rogan.
I love how people though sometimes don't even like they're not even doing weekend. They're not even opening on a weekend.
Yeah.
And they're like, why is Jimmy Fallon hosting the Tonight Show? I could host the Tonight Show.
That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So I love it. I think back in the day, I would have been bitter. I would have been like angry, like, oh, I didn't do anything you should like me. Now, the more hate I get, the funner of a time I have.
it is, yeah.
Like I get a random dislike on the podcast, something on YouTube. Back in the day, I would have been like, why would somebody dislike it? Now I know it's somebody who's just mad at me. So I'm like, okay, keep them coming. This is great. I don't give a shit. Like I'm doing what I have to do. And I'm doing what I like to do. We're having fun.
Yeah.
So people, what about you? Were people coming up to you being like, you did Rogan?
No, but today, everyone I talk to, everyone I talk to, all the journalists, they're very insulting about the whole Rogan thing. Because they're like, but how did you get on Rogan? And I was like, well, I got on Rogan.
Yeah, what do you care?
But our producer talked to him. Yeah, but how does he know that you exist? And I was like, well, I've been doing comedy for a while. Like fucking, people know I exist.
People know me.
Yeah, it was very weird. And then the same thing, like since this was for Roast Battle, when I was talking to one journalist, I was like, yeah, the shows are really good for the TV thing here in Quebec. And last week when I judged the Roast Battles in LA, like it wasn't that good. And then they were like, like everyone treated me like they were my brother.
Yeah.
They were like, how did you get that? And I was like, who cares how I got it? Like if you're doing an interview with an actor, you're not like, but how?
How did you get that role?
Yeah, I'm a good actor. I auditioned and they like me. Yeah, but do you know? Is it like your friend or?
Yeah, I got messages like that too. Like, how did you? And like, is there an email where you just go and apply? I was like, no,
really?
That's not how it works, you assholes.
It's not. Okay, they think it's like a lottery.
Yeah, it's just so stupid.
You gave your name and they picked it. Yeah, but I was surprised that I expected to get that from like random people, but from journalists, I thought it was kind of weird.
They're just mad at you because anything they throw at you doesn't seem to stick.
Yeah, no. And plus, I always like. I did an interview for some talk show this week, like a thing in Montreal on the French media.
I saw a photo of that.
And I started shitting on some guy that had he had two women on to talk about me. So I
oh yeah, you told me about that. Instead of bringing you on to talk, they were talking about your appearance at Joe Rogan.
Yeah. And one of these two ladies were experts on, I don't know what. Like I don't know.
It wasn't you though.
It wasn't me, and they know nothing about me because I don't have kids. And the thing that they had said in the media was that I had said that the Hell's Angels, if you don't have problems with them, they won't have problems with you. And then this lady was like, I can't believe he has Hell's Angels over at his house. And she was talking like I live with the Hell's Angels. And she was like, he's got children in that house. One, I don't have children. Two, I don't have Hell's Angels in my house.
So stupid.
My house is Hell's Angels free. But the thing that was good, my manager, this is the first weird thing that happens to me. That generally whenever people talk shit about me in the news, I'll always get these fucking losers on Facebook that'll write and go, fuck you, and they say they're going to fucking kick my ass if they see me. As soon as my name got mentioned with the Hells Angels, no one threatened any violence.
Like, yeah, we don't need this kind of heat.
Yeah. So that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, you're still getting protected. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
By name alone,
Yeah.
just by association.
They don't even have to do anything.
So yeah, the Hells Angels. You are the main supporter of the Hells Angels.
I am, yeah.
So yeah, the Quebec media is stupid. Just like that guy told me in the car. We understand what Mike's going through because they were doing the same shit to us, or to him rather, his family.
Yeah, that must suck when, because at least when, like, since I'm not in the media, but kind of in the media, so if they fuck with me, I can fuck with them. Like, I can write jokes about them. I can insult them when I go on TV or whatever, or in this podcast. But when you're an ex-cop, you can't do anything. Yeah, like, they just shit on you. The only thing you can do is lose your fucking mind and go kill everyone.
Unless he starts a podcast.
Yeah.
and then you talk shit about them. But who's gonna listen?
I'd fucking listen to that.
But that's us. We listen. A lot of people hate until like we were saying before, like with me, when people are like podcasting. Wow, I can't believe you did the Joe Rogan podcast. What do you know about podcasting?
Yeah.
I've been podcasting for a decade. I've been doing this for over 10 years. What the fuck? And no, just
No
over their
respect.
head. No respect. Zero respect.
Exactly. I had a guy that I mentioned on the podcast. I didn't mention by name, and I should have. His name's JJ Walkrat. Really good dude from. He's from Montreal originally. He lives in Tokyo right now, and he's the only person. Like everyone that talked to me about the podcast, they were all asking for stuff except for him. That he was the only one that wrote to offer shit. He was like, hey, and he didn't even talk about Rogan. He talked about Earl Skakel. He was like, I listened to you guys on Earl Skakel. It was amazing. And then he asked me to go do shows in Tokyo with him.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, yeah. He even said that he wanted to do sort of he'd like to bring two people out so that me and the other person could judge because they have Tokyo roast battles.
That's badass.
That apparently he said the caliber was good. Like it was. I don't know how good it is. Like if it's New York good or it's like fucking Denver good.
Well, the Japanese are very respectful. I don't know how hard they can
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I doubt. Yeah, but the loser gets stabbed in the stomach. Oh, I brought shame on my family.
Like, I'm so sorry, sir.
But yeah, so he was like, it'd be fun to get like a co-headline. So that might be something we could do. Like
Just jump over there.
Like
I've never been to Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about a tour: China, Mongolia, and Tokyo.
The only problem I see with this, I've talked so much shit about Mongolia over the years. So come back to haunt me.
You think you're banned in Mongolia?
They should ban me. They should. They should. Wait, really, Mongolia?
Yeah, Mongolia.
What do they know about jokes? I thought all they know about is throat music and
Yeah.
jumping on walls and shit.
I don't know. Well, those countries, though, whenever you play there, you're not really playing for Mongolians. You're playing for expats.
Yeah, that's true too.
Or super smart Mongolians that speak English.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
I like that how you said that because you're just assuming that most Mongolians are not
They're
smart.
too dumb. They're too dumb. The only language that Mongolian isn't even a language.
You say hello, they say
Yeah.
bye-bye.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because in my mind, Mongolian and Mongoloid, it's the same thing.
Me too. That's why it's
always-
interchangeable for
I
me.
always see them as dumb people.
That's why they're mad at me. So what I was going to ask is, what do expats do in Mongolia?
They have sex with fours.
They consider them threes, and they're still doing it. What would you do in Mongolia? Like, what are we exporting to Mongolia?
I don't know. But they're all those all those countries have. Well, whenever I think China.
China makes sense.
Yeah, because people leave here to go to China to make money. People leave here to go to Japan to make money. Yeah. People leave here to go to Mongolia because people are looking for them here. And they'll never go to Mongolia.
That I can agree with.
So I have a feeling it's all fucking like...
ex-mobsters.
Yeah, it's all fucking... Yeah, it's all Henry Hill just hiding there.
Have you seen the show Lilyhammer?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just like that.
Yeah, it's exactly that.
Like, where do you want to go?
I wanted
Mongolia.
to like that show, and it's so fucking bad.
I wanted to like it so bad, because I like, what's his name, Van Zandt?
Yeah.
I really like him. And he makes me laugh, and he's playing the same character. It's like they took him from The Sopranos. And there's just something, even like there's moments in the first season where I was like, I could enjoy this. But then after, I'm like, it just gets, it's cheesy at some points where it doesn't need to be cheesy.
And you feel like you can tell they got money from the Swedish government to
or
do
the
that.
Norwegian.
They're Norwegian.
Yeah.
Like that's what I hate about Canadian TV too. Is you can there's some really good Canadian TV shows, but most of them they'll make you feel like, okay, yeah, they want me to know that this was filmed in Canada.
Yeah.
And I fucking hate those shows. Because American shows, you never get that.
No.
Like, unless it's, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, then it's in Philly. But at most shows, it could be in any fucking town. And
It's interchangeable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're not going to, unless the city is a character.
Yeah.
Like Friends or Seinfeld, New York was part of the show.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not comparing the two, Friends far, far inferior to Seinfeld.
Yeah. Friends was just Seinfeld with prettier people and bad jokes.
Yeah, so it wasn't Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And the only thing that comes close to Seinfeld, I would say, is Curb. Curb is Seinfeld, unrestricted and on crack.
Yeah.
That's what Curb is.
Yeah, uncensored. Yeah, Curb. I hadn't watched Curb in like a million years. And then when we were coming back from LA, I watched a couple of episodes. And it's still a good show.
Yeah, it still holds up.
Yeah.
I have them all on DVD, all the seasons.
Seinfeld, you listen to it. Like, my wife had never seen Seinfeld. And when we first started dating, I was like, this is fucking years ago when Seinfeld was still on the air. I got her to watch a couple of episodes. She didn't like them because Seinfeld's the type of show you have to watch like the first season before you go. Like, if you start season 6, you're like, what the fuck's wrong with
all the
these
inside
people?
jokes.
Yeah, it's all inside jokes. But so I was like, you should start watching it. And then this week, I forget why it was on, but the first season of Seinfeld was on. Then I told my wife, you have to watch this. And she watched it, and it isn't good anymore.
No, it doesn't hold up?
No, even I was watching it, and I was like, ugh, it's not good.
The early seasons.
Yeah, it's not, but it's still funny. It's still funny.
It's not what it was.
But I think it's just nostalgia that makes it good.
Yeah, probably.
Like, because I think it's the whole laugh track thing that fucks everything up.
The laugh track thing funks. That's what I like about it. Fucks with me too. But that's why I like Curb so much. No laugh track.
Yeah.
But also for me, if you don't get Seinfeld or Larry David, that kind of stuff, we can't get along. I remember when I first met my girlfriend, one of the things I was talking about was Seinfeld.
Okay.
And then she's like, "Oh yeah," she was talking about Larry David and Seinfeld. I go, "You know Seinfeld? You watch that?" She's like, "Of course." She's like, well, you take it so seriously. What would have happened if I said no? So I would have kicked you out of the fucking car. That's what would have happened. There's no way I'm going to hang out with you if you don't like Seinfeld. And with that, that's the one shot that they're going to get this week.
That's it. That's done. It's
So
over.
go watch Seinfeld. If you like what we just gave you, if you like the garbage that you were just subjected to, head over to Compound Media.
Imagine, yeah, we're like Seinfeld, but without the laugh track.
Yeah, and longer.
Yeah. And we don't have contests about jerking off.
Well, not yet.
We will.
We're going to do that bit
Season
soon.
7.
Yeah. So head over to compoundmedia.com. Use promo code Canada20. It'll get you 20% off your subscription, which means your subscription is almost nothing. And you get crazy good shows like Two Drink Minimum, the #1 podcast on the planet right now. You get In Hot Water.
The #2 podcast.
Goddamn. It's not a I think we're the only podcast.
Yeah,
The rest are actual shows.
The rest, it's like it's digital radio.
Yeah. There's production to it.
Yeah, and we're just sending our garbage from Canada.
So head over there to get full episodes of Two Drink Minimum. You get to watch In Hot Water, The Anthony Cumia Show. Remember to pick up Anthony's book, Permanently Suspended, available in bookstores and wherever else you find stolen merchandise in your neighborhood.
Awesome.
Also, Mike Ward, actually, no, before we go, Mike Ward's got Infamous out. Go pick that up.
my special is on Amazon Prime, the US and UK, and for the rest of the world, it's on Vimeo on demand, or you can get the audio version everywhere. It's everywhere.
And remember, if you head over to panteliscomedy.com, you get to see everything I am up to. Thank you for listening.